What's up, guys? Welcome to RollPlay R&D, week number 6 here of the Pendragon campaign. I'm JP McDaniel, one of the players, joined by our DM and the rest of the players, and it's time to find out what they've been up to. Steven, let's start with you. What have you been doing? I saw some tweets earlier about some food, some delicatessen.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. God, I'm trying to copy paste the link to Roll20, but it's failing me. So guys, get in Roll20. Yeah, so I had a little dinner party for a couple friends last night, and I made I got a Chinatown cookbook from one of them, and I made chili bean marinated salmon, which was delicious. And then I also made this cake, which is like devil's food cake. You make 3 layers of cake, cut each layer in half. Then you put one type of frosting in between the 6 layers, and then you put a second type of chocolate frosting all around the outside. So,
is it your goal, Steven, to make me like extremely hungry before every episode? What the heck?
You should know by now to eat before R&D.
Yeah,
this is why I always want to eat during R&D. Is like he's talking about food, he's describing food during our RP session.
Yeah, I also
go on. I'm sorry, but
I made a risotto, and I made
Just now, do you make a good risotto, or is it like a first-timer's risotto?
Oh, no, it's not a first-timer's risotto. Okay. I don't know. I didn't go all the way with the risotto. I didn't put like the sautéed mushrooms in it that I usually do. But, you know, we use the white wine. I make a vegetable stock. I use the vegetable stock. It's not just water, right?
So Chef Ramsay wouldn't come in and be like, it's mush, you fucking donkey. Like he wouldn't. It would be the opposite. Like,
I feel like
it's quite delicious.
If he didn't do that, he wouldn't be Chef Ramsay. So
it's true.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah, and I have my rum and Pepsi.
Is it still the same whatever place you went rum?
Mm-hmm.
I got rum and root beer.
That was just a bottle of Coke. I think you're lying.
No, it's root beer. I poured it in there. Shook it.
Into a bottle of Coke? You're breaking some kind of rules with that.
No, it's root beer.
That's actually awesome.
Do you want me to... Can I show the logo? I didn't know if you guys are okay with showing logos. It's root beer.
Yeah, sure. I don't care. Oh, it's mug. Okay. The red fooled me.
Oh, God, you can't...
Wait, what's wrong, Wheat?
What's wrong with that?
Not mug.
You don't like mug root beer?
I don't know. I've never seen a mermaid holding a bottle of mug. So... I don't know.
There's some copyright infringement with that there. We don't know what it is, though. Someone has to have that. Anything else, Steven, in your life besides the foods?
Man, I don't know. It's been a stressful couple of days, actually, because one of our pet rats is very, very sick.
Oh, no.
We took her to get x-rayed yesterday, and it turns out she has serious heart disease. So, but at least we know what it is, and we can give her medicines.
How does one x-ray a rat?
They had to give her sedatives, actually. Because she was so nervous that she didn't want to sit still. But yeah, you just, you put them on the thing and then put the x-ray machine over them. Yeah, but her heart is like twice the size that it should be. So it's like pressing on her lungs. It's like displaced her trachea. It's awful. But we've started giving her heart medication, and she's starting to improve today. So that's good.
That's good.
Well, at least she's got a big heart.
Yes. And she's the sweetest one. She's such a sweet rat. So... yeah, that's been a little stressful, but I'm super excited for tonight. So, yeah.
Awesome. Neal, what have you been up to in the past 3 days when we haven't spoken to one another on a show asking the same question?
I don't actually remember. Nothing. I had 2 days off. I had Friday and Saturday where I actually didn't do anything, which was nice.
That's always nice.
I went and saw my girlfriend's tap dance recital. That was cool.
How was that?
It was good. She was probably the best one there, which was awesome.
For a recital, is there awards given? I don't know anything about
no, I mean recital performance. It was the studio where she practices put on like a show where everyone can practice to demonstrate the things that they've been doing.
Okay.
So it was pretty sweet.
They didn't give like a participation, or I can't even say the word, ribbon.
Participation award?
Yeah.
No, they're adults. I'm not dating a 13-year-old.
Well, that's good to hear. It's good to know. I'm glad glad that's behind you. And
yeah. That's the most exciting thing that's happened since last we talked, JP.
There you go. If you want to know what else is going on in Neal's life on Tuesday, and then 3 hours after that, you can go check out the other role plays. Because we found out all about Neal on Tuesday. Maggie, what's going on with your hair? Let's get to the important discussion here.
Thought it'd be kind of fun to, you know, get in character. Lunette's a blonde. Why not be blonde? This isn't really my hair. Don't worry. My purple's still there. Just thought it'd be fun. What has been going on with me? Things. Lots of things. Gaming. I've been playing a lot of Arcade. League. Stuff. Working. Lots of working.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been exciting.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
What level are you in Arcade now?
I am not that high level in Arcade. I'm like 20. My boyfriend's like 45 now. It's nuts. But he has a lot more time to spend playing. I'm kind of busy working all the time. But this weekend's his birthday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Is he turning 42?
He's turning 42. Oh, God, no.
Him and Neal are going to be lifelong partners at 40.
He's turning 26. So,
oh, he's just 42. A kid.
Well, how old do you think I am?
What, you got to be like at least 22, right? 23?
How old?
You're probably at least 15.
Do mermaids live for?
How
I don't know. I don't know what the mermaid's lifespan
This is not the goal that I was going for. But
it's the green shirt.
You know,
do you even cert bro shirt?
No, I don't know, guys.
That green? That's blue.
I'm happy that I can mark off casting with a mermaid from my bucket list.
Yeah.
Is that on your bucket list?
I'm really excited about that. It definitely was.
Of course it's on its bucket list.
Of course. Doing a show with a mermaid, like you
now
did
we
it.
need like those flipper things. I don't know. Fins.
Flippers?
Yeah. you know, like they have
things to let me swim,
seriously,
JP.
They have like camps where you can like be a mermaid. Like there are people whose job is to teach other people how to be a mermaid. Have you looked this up? It's weird.
Wait.
The only reason why I know,
you know, as the foremost mermaid expert on the show, Maggie, I have looked this up.
What?
Oh.
Can you be a merman? Yeah. You can be a merman, djWHEAT. Do you want to be a merman?
No.
He's like, yes, but I'm going to say no.
I'm not
a merman.
It's okay, Wheat.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You're among friends.
We
you can talk about
You're among friends. He's like, oh no.
We know we didn't want to break this to the public, but Wheat's lifelong goal is to
now
be
we're
a
going to
merman.
see fan art that's just like the roleplay R&D cast as mermaids. Do it.
Exactly. Anything else, Maggie? Just gaming?
I don't know. Probably.
Working?
I've been casting a lot of PlanetSide 2 matches. We did the World Finals, and now we just did a 240 v 240 match that was sick.
Holy
that was
shit.
Yesterday. And
Awesome.
so I've been doing a lot of PlanetSide 2, obviously, because I have to keep up with that. And yeah, I joined a guild in Arcade, actually.
Nice. What'd you join?
The Gray Moon Company.
I don't know them.
They're pretty legit.
But they're now kill on sight to Swiggity Swooty. So.
No, you're a pirate, aren't you?
One might say that, yeah.
Yeah, see? I'm a good guy.
One might.
One might.
One might say that.
Well, I will see you on the battlefield, sir.
Indeed. Indeed. Cool. Well, now for the biggest news of the day. Wheat, you got a haircut.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Do I look 5 years younger?
Maybe.
Yeah, because you don't have the beard thing going on too, right?
You kind of got like a little, I don't know if it's just skin, but you got like some cool gray shading here on the side, Wheat. Maybe when you turned 38 or whatever, 37, how old did you turn?
It's, 37.
37. It looks good, though. Looks good.
Of course it does.
You should shave like designs, like R&D on the side of your head.
No, I don't think we'll be doing that. But
why not?
the ladies love the gray. It definitely.
It works.
Does your wife know about that?
About the ladies liking the gray? Yeah. She's the one that tells me. Yeah. So it comes from her.
She's the lady. The lady who likes the gray.
That's right. That's absolutely
the lady of the grays.
Yeah, the lady of the gray.
That's right. I haven't been up to much. We saw Godzilla this morning.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
I haven't gone to see it yet.
Awesome.
That's what I did. I saw Godzilla. It was great.
See, yeah.
Did you like it?
I haven't seen it.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
God damn
I
it.
mean,
now I want to see Godzilla, you guys.
it's good.
I'm gonna go see it tomorrow at 9 a.m. We go for the Bachelor time at the theater.
I definitely
That's
think
a better
that
time to go.
Matthew Broderick was shedding a tear or maybe 20 when he watched how wonderfully awesome this one was in comparison to the one they made in like 95.
I had forgotten that one because it was so bad.
Was it 95? No, it had to be like 2005.
Was it 2005? You're right.
The most recent Godzilla?
Was it 2005?
I don't know. God.
Look it up on
Quick,
IMDb.
Steven! To IMDb!
Internet,
internet's
don't fail me
mobile.
now. God damn it! Now there's all sorts of like
You must see.
2014
You're
films.
right. Let's 95.
1998 film? Was it 98?
God, that's
I
old.
win. I was closer.
That
I'm
can't
old,
be
man.
possible.
We're all really fucking old.
Yeah.
I should.
Now I feel old.
I was actually like 8 years old when I saw that. If that makes sense. If that's real. No, I was 11 years old.
8 in 1998, JP?
Yeah, I was 11. Sorry. That's still
11
pretty-
and wait, hang on, 98. I'm older than you, JP.
Yeah, sure.
What?
Yeah.
Existential crisis.
Wait, I was 11. Wait, you're 11, JP? Are you the same age as me?
How old are you?
I'm 26.
I think I'm one.
Yes.
Well, when do you turn 27?
December 9th.
Oh, I'm older than you by a couple months. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm like, I was 11 when it came out.
There you go. There you go. Anything else, Wheat? I
Um.
saw you're playing Dota.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Dota. TI hype. It's
Do you
amazing.
leave yourself logged in to Dota when you go to sleep?
Only when I forget. I'm not
Oh, okay.
I'm not like that guy that's got to be left in so I can get my Dota private messages. If you know what I'm saying.
I
No, I'm not that guy.
I was on Steam
Occasion-
playing. I think it was CS:GO or something 2 nights ago at like 4 a.m. and I messaged you like, "Go to sleep, Wheat. You asshole. Stop playing Dota." You didn't respond,
Yeah.
so I figured you left. It
I
open.
was probably asleep. I do want to say last night we had like a little dinner party / game night, and we played King of Tokyo, and it's a lot of fun for like a fun party board game. And it was nice considering that Godzilla just come out and everyone was going to see it and whatnot. But King of Tokyo, have any of you guys played it?
I've never heard of it. Nope. Falling on deaf
Certainly,
ears.
Neal, you have heard of. I know that Steven has because no.
You're left alone. Must be a Nebraskan.
No, you should
Game.
Google the shit out of it. It's fucking awesome, man. It's
stuff.
Tokyo?
you're monsters, and then basically there's a Tokyo setting, and depending on the number of players, is the number of monsters that can go in Tokyo, and you roll dice to achieve victory points or do damage to other monsters. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of power-up cards, so your monsters get really OP
So-
as the game goes on.
How many players can you have at the same time?
6.
6. Oh, we should do
Yeah.
a role play session. We could do like a multi-stream.
I thought
We'll play
about
R&D
doing like,
next time. King of
It'd be fun.
King of Tokyo.
I thought about doing the board games on. I don't think it would work though because a lot
It's
of
a
those
little
board
harder.
games are like figurine based and like board based, so it doesn't really work that
Couldn't
well.
we do? Well, I mean, we could do something where we have just like
We just
characters
have Wheat
on a
move
map.
everything and then we just
Yeah,
roll
we
ourselves.
just move everything all the time on the map.
It's
I think
definitely
it'd be-
possible.
we could try it
I know.
for
I
one
think
of the future R&Ds.
I think Angry Joe has actually been streaming a lot of his tabletop games. I don't know any off the top of my head, but he's been playing that.
I see that Jeff is always doing like his Warhammer stuff. Oh man, I
Yeah.
started doing that and then I was like, I gotta stop. This is way too expensive. Like it's just you are pouring tons of money into that.
Yeah.
See, these are the nice
It
thing
is
about
not
this.
cheap.
Yeah,
It is not.
these types of games, in my opinion, are really reasonably priced.
Yeah, they're
for
like
the-
30,
you know,
40
for the-
bucks.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
board
King of
games.
Tokyo. Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I was just disagreeing with you. Board games are great.
Wheat, did you ever play? I think I might have brought this up already, but did you ever play Heroes Quest? Have you ever heard of that?
No,
Maggie knows.
but you know what? The moment you
The
said
fellow
anything,
26-year-old.
that new Penny Arcade game popped into my head, and
What is that? What is that?
I don't know that the one that's going to be so awesome that they should just stop doing the comic strip. What is it? It's called
What?
Daggerfall, Shadow, Dagger. Someone in chat will know what I'm talking about, what
I
I'm
don't know.
blabbering about.
I don't know.
You didn't? Yeah, it looks amazing. The art is amazing. Someone will bring it up. Sorry, I
Someone's in
can't
chat.
remember.
Dagger Fall, Shadow Dagger.
If that's not the name, it should be
It's
Yeah. We should make a game called that, you guys.
Thornwatch.
Thornwatch.
You weren't even close.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Of
That's
course.
not even close.
That comic is so cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that they're making a Thornwatch game.
Yeah.
It's a card
It's
game,
based.
right?
Card
It was
game.
based on a comic strip that they did a long time
Yeah.
ago. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, are they working with Cryptozoic?
I don't know. I hope not because that would
Oh.
probably be bad.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, well, we might not even see that game come out, so we'll see.
Come on, don't be that cruel.
I'm
give
not
them
being the cruel.
Out.
We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that. Cool. Well, that's what everyone's been up to. Steven, we got some stuff to figure out, I think.
Do we?
Or at least talk about, because we
You mean like
fast-forwarded.
regarding the fast forwarding? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna rewind you guys 2 years. Lol.
Okay.
Because it gets us to a nicer spot in the timeline, and it also gives us a little bit of time where we can actually just focus on you guys and what the hell happened and what's going to happen now.
Okay.
So the year is now 508, and I wonder how much you guys remember happening last time. Go.
Well, let me open my glory sheet here. We went to the fairy world.
Yep.
Met Caliborn or Caliban?
Caliborn.
Born.
Who was Elf, who challenged Quinn to death for killing his white hind.
Yep.
And
I have your
then-
back, Quinn.
Yeah, we saw that. What is your name? Philip was willing to fight for him, and Quinn said, "No, I'll do it." Then that night, Maggie critted her 3, I think, for dancing.
Yes.
2 or 3. Well, I critted my flirting and dancing.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
That
That's
was
right.
Which is
amazing.
like both of them are 2 and 3s. It's like what?
That was with Caliborn, and then I met who's that? The girls that they had the bauble for. What was her name?
Brie Allen.
Which one?
Brie Allen?
Brie Allen.
Yeah, Brie Allen.
I met her brother or something like that, or
Yeah.
Yes, her brother.
then
What the hell was his name?
then
I
we
don't even
saved the
remember.
day by introducing them, and then we just had to get his ass kicked, but not to the death.
Yes.
And then we left,
But not to the death.
and time had sped up, and that was our R&D last week. 4 hours condensed in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That was pretty fast.
What else was I gonna say? There was something I totally forgot. I don't even remember. Yeah. So that's it then. You guys managed to make your way out of Fairy after agreeing to spend a month in training
Oh,
with
that's
Caliborn,
right. We trained.
who was a total badass, by the way.
Yeah.
And after making it out, like you had entered Fairy in springtime and spent 1 month there, and you exited in the deep of winter, and it turned out that a number of years had passed. You were staying at, let's see. Yeah, you were staying at Lord Temmen's holding at his Mott and Bailey keep, somewhere out in. Where exactly was it? Let's see on
Wasn't
this
that
night's
near
adventurous map.
Salisbury?
It was on the way back to Salisbury.
It was on the
probably
way back.
Started
it
with
was
an
probably
E.
in the Blackdown
No,
Hills.
we were trying to go to Exeter.
It was a fellow named Avero, right?
Averill was
Avero.
he was the knight who led you into the castle. Yes, and Lord Temmen is the owner of the castle. And this is in the Blackdown Hills. I'm actually pinging it on the map right here. And you found out that a number of years had passed, and that Earl Roderick, the Earl of Salisbury that you had been accustomed to working for, has perished. In fact, nearly 12 years ago now. And his young son, Earl Robert, Robert, rather, he's not yet the Earl, though sort of people are starting to treat him as such and speak of him as such. His mother, the Countess Ellen, is still in control of Salisbury. And she has remained single all these years, you guys managed to figure out. So I think the plan from you guys was you wanted to try and make your way back to Salisbury, right?
That was the
was the
plan that
plan.
we had set forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you guys feel about that now that you realize how much time has passed?
Well, I think our goal was still to go check out our manors or keeps or whatever.
Look into
Right.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, check in, see what's happened.
So is it 507 instead of 509 now?
508.
It's 508.
Okay,
Yeah,
508.
the year is 508. You guys also gained a lot of glory from being in the fairy realm for 15 years, 13 years, or whatever.
I only
it was.
gained
You didn't gain that much.
like 100 for Elf, 200 for Caliban.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
Okay,
gain
yeah,
all
that's
at once
that's pretty
for
good,
each of
yeah.
you.
That's a lot, actually. Yeah.
And I'm actually very interested in talking about that when we get to the reunion show at the end of this cycle of R&D. So, are you going to try and spend a little more time here with Lord Temmin in this keep in the middle of the Blackdown Hills, or do you want to sort of set out immediately and try to get back home and check out what's happened with your manors?
I think we're pretty set on checking out what's going on with our manors, unless I'm
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we can
mistakenly
see what
speaking. For
and
y'all.
figure out what happened. I mean, we know kind of what has happened.
Yeah.
I
But-
agree.
All right. Well, you step on the road, the next day or two after spending an appropriate amount of time sort of basking in Lord Temmin's hospitality, and make your way along the King's Road up to Ilchester, and then over across the country to Sarum. And so let's see. Do any of you want to try and like get some information on recent events that have gone on just in the past couple of years? As you enter Salisbury, you see that there are a number of houses and farm fields that are left fallow, or the houses are burnt down or empty. It looks like the area is in much less, or in a much greater state of disrepair than you were used to when you left it this past spring.
I will definitely.
Okay,
But
are you
I mean, are
trying
we
to
going to
like?
check out our places first before we kind of go
Up to
around
you.
asking people what's going on? I would like to check out my
Yeah.
homestead.
So you are your homestead is Idmiston, right?
Correct.
Let's see. I'll flip us back over to the other map so we can actually see where all this is. So Idmiston is yellow just above Figsbury here on the Bourne River. Are you guys like all traveling together to each of your houses, or are you trying to each go separately
thought we
to
were-
your
I think
homes?
we originally said we were all going to go to our places, then we would
then
write
meet
each
back
other and
up
meet
at
up in
Salisbury.
about a month or something.
I was under the impression we were all going to Salisbury together, and from there splitting to our individual houses.
Right.
Yes, I do
Okay.
remember that combo.
So you're in Salisbury, which is just the region within.
Well, yeah, but like all head to Earl Roderick's place to check out what's up with our liege lord, and then split to our. Sorry,
Okay.
that's what I meant.
That works then.
Got it.
Then maybe I will
works.
kind of just be asking around as we're going into the village or the town, and just
Yeah, so you're heading to
People have to-
Sarum, which is the capital city within Salisbury, where Earl Roderick kept his court. So let's see. Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of want to read you guys the gossip, but it would be very confusing, so I don't think I'm going to.
Okay.
why not?
Well, like, okay, here I go. I'll read it.
I'm confused.
At the start of each year, we zoom in on a group of women who are talking about the recent events.
Right.
So yeah, the camera zooms over the fields to a group of women who are washing the laundry in a nearby stream. One of them says, "Let me tell you, it's been a long time since we had royalty at this castle. Look at all these people. Where are they all from?" The second maiden says, "Escavalon mostly, but surely you know that." And the first responds, "I can't imagine what I was thinking when I was younger, to hate this. I would sleep in the barn just to be around so many people." "Well, I'll say that the Countess should get her claws into that king, if she can." "Ah, too late for that now. Their time passed years ago, I'm told. But who knows?" So, now we've heard a little of the gossip that's been flying around these days. You ride up to the gates at Sarum. Are you trying to, like, hail in order to get them to open the gates for you?
I do the secret handshake.
Okay, well, one of the guards says, "Oh, that's an older version of the secret handshake. I haven't seen it in a number of years, but it holds up. So go on in." They open the gates for you, and the guard says, "Should I announce you? May I inquire what your name is, good Sir Knight?"
I remain very, very quiet and look to the others to see what they do. when he asks to announce us.
He sort of waves his hand in front of your face, says, "Sir
I look
Knight."
to Quinn.
What's that?
Everybody's
Quinn.
looking. Everybody's
And then
looking at Quinn.
and I say, "My name is Philip Gallery, and these
Philip
are my
Gallery.
companions."
Ah, yes. Well, I will certainly gallery.
Yes.
Of the Denton Gallery.
Yes. If you say Saxon, we're gonna have some problems.
Really?
You say Saxon one time.
Sir, I can see that the issue concerns you greatly, but I was under the impression the galleries had no further children.
Will you announce us?
Of course. My apologies, Sir Knight. Please do accept my humblest apologies. And he strides forwards into the keep, and you hear him cry out into the hall, "Sir Philip Gallery and his 3 companions." Are you going to
I just
follow
roll
and
my
enter?
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything.
I still roll my eyes.
It's all good. It's all good, Sir Philip.
I stride in.
All right. The hall is in a hubbub. Just all of a sudden, people are, "Oh, Philip Gallery, Philip, I thought he was dead. Philip, it's been years since I heard that name. Saxons, all of them."
Who says Saxons?
The entire.
He's gonna like jump off his horse and like start.
He's just gonna murder everybody in the hall. The entire hall just goes silent when you shout, "Who says Saxons?" An older man stands up near the front of the hall, and you can actually see at the front of the hall. It's around dinner time. There are a number of people there eating. An older man stands up and he says, "Silence, everyone! Silence! Sir Philip Gallery, if that be your name, come forward, young lad." And you see that this man, the way he carries himself, is incredibly regal.
All right.
Regal?
Regal.
Okay.
Like, he looks like he expects people to listen when he's talking.
Okay. Sure.
I walk forward.
He says, "Sir Philip Gallery."
Yes.
You have not been around these parts for many years. Last anybody in here, in these areas, heard you had left for Cornwall.
We had some trouble upon our way.
Indeed. Well, Sir Philip, my name is King Nantiliod, and I am here in court at the request of Countess Ellen to go and fight these very Saxons who, some people may claim, accurately or perhaps inaccurately, are involved in your family lineage. Why don't you tell us what has happened to you?
I believe you would... I fear you would not believe me if I did tell you the truth. Suffice to say that we have gone for a long time and a short time, and we are back now.
A young man stands up next to King Nantiliod. He looks like he's about 16 years old. He's got sandy blonde, shaggy hair. And you notice that he is sitting next to a significantly aged Countess Ellen. And he speaks in the voice of a boy who is not quite yet finished turning into a man. He says, "Visitors! Visitors! Welcome to my mother's hall. If you would be so kind, please, Sir Philip, I would hear your story."
I kind of like, can I like tell you something really quick, Philip?
I lean back and listen as she speaks.
I'm just gonna remind him that like King Nantiliad, whatever, and Uther were trying to find a peace treaty before. I wonder if that's still, if they're still going through that process or not.
I don't even know if Uther's alive anymore.
Well, we know that he's not, but
Well, where I don't know where to begin.
Stephen, I'm sorry, Neal, Sir Philip. Stephen, is it possible to use fairy lore in order to tell a story?
You know, telling a story would really be more of an orate kind of check.
Okay. Just double check.
you could try to roll for your orate.
We're not going to do that, Sir Philip. My apologies. Please continue.
Cool. Sir Philip, maybe would you like to try and roll against your orate to tell this story to this crowd?
Yes, I actually have solid orate.
Yes.
All right.
Sir Philip, the story.
Here we go. Pass.
Very nice. All right, so why don't you give us a condensed version, and then we'll see what the reactions are.
Cornwall was our destination. We set out, the four of us, upon our horses, riding hard into the evening. Upon our Sir Quinn navigated us through the forest, and after
I'm doing
finding
sound
a new
effects while he
path
does
that
this.
was not intended, we came across a beast comprised of thorns that attacked us. I recount the battle, blow here, blow there, a stab here. The horse was afraid, then I charged, and I hit it with my lance, and the beast was torn asunder. On the other side was the land of elves and fairies. We came across this elf lord man, whose name I've since forgotten, because the elves are forgettable people, and he kept us for a month, where we trained with him and learned of their ways. Upon our return, years have passed. I'm not sure how long. Decade, maybe?
So the crowd listens in rapt attention, and they gasp and groan at the appropriate moments. You gesture to Quinn, and everybody claps. And at the end of your
Quinn, is
tale,
your sister with us too?
Oh
is
yeah,
she riding
totally
with
is.
us? Okay.
Yep. So everybody cheers at the end of your tale, and King Nanteliod stands up once again, and he says, "Well spoken, Sir Philip. It's a tall tale, but strangely I am inclined to believe you. I remember descriptions of you and your companions from long ago. Tell me, is Emrys Cornwallsbane with you?"
We all look at him.
No. Who is that?
Ah, well, it is, the tale has grown in the telling, but he is said to have been one of your companions who struck a murderous blow against the Duke of Cornwall in unarmed single combat in the midst of a battle.
My character just laughs. Emrys just laughs. I don't admit to being there, but I just laugh.
Yeah. And he says, "Well, Sir Philip, I believe that young Robert would like to speak with you about what has happened in the land of Salisbury in the
Forgive my
meantime."
ignorance, but who is young Robert?
King Nanteliod gestures to the young teen sitting next to him, and he says, "Young Robert is Earl Roderick's rightful son, born to him by the Countess Ellen nearly 16 years ago. In fact, this year will mark his 16th birthday. It is sure to be a great celebration, though I am not certain that I will still be in attendance at that time."
Well, we've been gone a long time. I take it you made your peace with Uther?
A cloud darkens Nanteliod's face, and he says, "Uther and I had our disagreements, but Uther has likewise been dead these 16 years. He was slain in a grave battle. The intervening years have been hard. We have been pressed on all sides. False kings have sprung up all about England and are contesting their right to the throne of the High King. Meanwhile, Saxons are invading all across the south and eastern coast of England, and we have been beating them back. Take note, Sir Philip, this rumor has struck your family name especially hard. It seems as though there were some who believed that your family represented sympathizers within Salisbury."
Well, you may bring those men to state those grievances to my face. And if you, again, we have been gone some 16 years. Forgive me for such a blunt question, but what is your rightful claim to the throne if there are so many kings cropping up?
Why, simply that I control the largest amount of territory within England itself, and that I have a strong army ready at my back, and I can defend England against the threats that assail her. It is, perhaps no better than any other kings, other than in quantity, but as the Countess Ellen, as the young Robert here can attest, My martial prowess is second to none. In fact, this very year we march to meet King Cerdic in the city of Winchester. We will depart from here in some months to meet him on the field of battle and push him out of Salisbury once and for all. And you see that as he's speaking, he has begun to like shift and speak towards the crowd, and the entire crowd sort of like raises their mugs and cheers, and everybody's feeling very high passion at the speech that he's made. Young Robert stands up and he says, please, friends, though I know you not, I have heard tales of all of my father's knights, including you four, and I invite you to sit down and join my table and regale me with tales of my father and the time in which he was Earl of Salisbury. It would do me great peace to know more of my father, for I know him not for my entire life. Will you do me this honor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He beckons over the servers to set another couple places at the table, and they, bring out slabs of boar and, garlic encrusted fish, and
here we go again.
Yeah,
Steve making us all hungry.
Meat pies with flaky crusts and bacon cooked in. Yeah, exactly. It's a delicious feast with plenty of mead.
So Robert,
yeah.
What happened to the Lady Jenna?
Young Robert sort of he pauses and he's in the middle of telling a joke, and he just sort of stops. And you can actually see in this moment that he's very young, because he just sort of pauses, and then he sort of looks at his mom and then looks back at you, and then he says, he sort of straightens himself up and he says, Countess Ellen, I believe that Sir Quinn is inquiring after Lady Jenna. And the Countess Ellen turns to you, and she's gone completely gray, and she looks like she's probably 48 to 55, somewhere in the middle ages of her years. And she gets a very somber look on her face, and she turns to you, Sir Quinn, and she says, Sir Quinn, I do remember you. I remember you looking not a day older than you look today. And so I know that there is truth in your tale of your time in the land of Faerie, which will be a balm to Lady Jenna's heart. She mourned your loss for some time, and when Earl Roderick was slain, she used his death as an excuse to once again push away any suitors. After some time, however, she married an older knight named Sir Bernlac of the Winterbourne Stoke. She still remembers you fondly on occasion. In fact, Sir Quinn, the Lady Jenna and Sir Bernlac also will likely return to Sarum this year in June to celebrate young Robert's 16th birthday. I think it would give her some closure to see you one last time.
It would be fantastic to be able to offer them my congratulations, and I'm glad to hear that Lady Jenna is doing well.
Oh, man. What a noble thing to say.
I slide an extra drink over towards Quinn when he says this.
Let's see, man. Oh, Sir Quinn, you don't have any 16s on your character sheet, your personality traits.
Well, I have vengeful and forgiving.
Oh, vengeful and forgiving.
Vengeful might
17.
be. What's the opposite of vengeful?
Why would I be vengeful?
Oh, vengeful is a 17. Oh my God. Okay, hang on.
But the reason I'm vengeful was because of my sister.
His sister,
Yeah,
but now he
it's
has
true.
a sister.
But you might be vengeful for this guy stealing.
Yeah, like
Jenna.
Oh my God.
Vengeful is definitely
for fuck's sakes.
It's the way you act in general.
Are we going to see if he's angry about this?
And it might be
That's what
that
I'm
like
saying.
the loss of your sister has just seeped into your very bones, and like you're angry about any sort of loss. So I would actually like you to roll against your forgiving, please, because this is actually
Is that a
earlier.
3?
What is it?
It's a 3. Yeah, it should be.
It's a 3.
There's
All
a
right.
full-
See.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because it has to add up to 20. Earlier, I was calling for this too much, but when you're above a 16, I'm well within my rights to call for you to roll against your traits. So go for it.
Well, you know what? Good job opening your fucking mouth, DJ.
Hey, man.
I play to the rules.
I still
right?
remember that
All
fucking
right,
horse like it
roll
was yesterday because it
D20.
was wheat.
Bam! No.
Okay. And now roll against your vengeful.
Oh. 2.
Oh, yeah. You're not happy about this. Definitely not.
But he can still say those words, but he's just not happy.
Oh, yeah,
about it,
absolutely.
right? Okay.
You can. But,
Oh,
you know.
I wonder what drama's gonna ensue when she sees you.
Countess Ellen does see that, like, your jaw clenches a little bit, and there's this one vein in your temple that's just going.
She was mine.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So you find out over the course of the over the course of the evening that King Cerdic and King Port of the Saxons have been marching against Salisbury and the rest of southeastern England, and in fact, just a few years ago, they laid siege to Sarum itself, and you could actually see that on your way in. There were a number of farm fields that had been raised or were left fallow and things like that. The walls of the castle had some damage on them, things like that. The people that you're speaking with, even young Robert, reinforces that King Nanteliod now looks to be the most likely next High King of England. Although he has earned that title through a relentless battle against his fellow kings, including Malahut and Idris of Cornwall, and also through relentless battle against the Saxons. And so, like, the last 12 years have just been constant war, every king against every king, tearing the countryside apart. And King Nanteliod, as you know, is at Sarum this year, and he's hoping to rally his troops near Winchester to conquer King Cerdic of the Saxons once and for all. So that's what you find out easily over the course of the evening. Sir Philip, do you want to gather more information about your family?
I want to gather more information first about these people who are calling me a Saxon.
Who are you asking about that?
I would like to ask King, I'm going to say his name wrong, Nantilles?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sweet.
Nanteliod.
Nanteliod.
And of course, Twitch chat, I'm very sorry. I'm not from Great Britain, and I know nothing about how to pronounce any of these names. So actually, I wonder if
We're probably
Nanteliod
pronouncing
has
them
Wikipedia.
all terribly wrong.
Like, every
It's all
time I
good.
do a Q&A, people are like, you pronounce these names so bad. Ah.
Look, I'm sorry. It's the first time someone said your town name on a stream before, but don't expect us to get it correct.
JP, no, King Nanteliod is not on Wikipedia. So, nope, nothing. So I'm going by the seat of my pants. You're asking him what people are saying about your Saxon heritage, right?
Which people are talking about my Saxon heritage?
Well, the king kind of laughs, and he looks at you with that look that kings look at people who don't matter to them at all. And he says, "Why, yes, young Sir Philip, it seems that everybody in the land knows that your family was Saxon sympathizers, and therefore there was actually likely truth to the fact that your family had Saxon blood in it. You see, in fact,
It's
the
likely
rumors...
my family had Saxon blood in it.
Yes,
Someone's
of course.
gonna
Are you
get
calling me a
up.
Saxon? Are you calling me the son of a Saxon?
And he sort of he makes a calming gesture. He says, "Now, Sir Philip, I would never say something like that. In fact, I'm going to war against the Saxons. Why don't you join me, and you can prove your worth in battle against them? Now,
I will, but I would like to put these rumors to rest."
As it turns out, over the course of the last number of years, the Saxons have been invading aggressively all across the southern and eastern England, and they pushed as far as Sarum itself, and some said that your family were instrumental in helping them bypass some of the defenses. It turns out that who are they? Brangor Kiner of Chicksgrove Manor was one of the most common detractors of your family name. I hate to say it, Sir Philip, but Your manor, Dinton, was attacked by an army from Chicksgrove, from the Kiner clan. They drove off many of your family knights and captured your manor for their own. And tell me, Sir, young Robert, is it true that Brangor has taken Sir Philip's mother as his wife? And young Robert sort of he looks sort of abashedly at his mother, and you can actually see that King Nantaleod is kind of deep in his cups now. He's speaking more freely than maybe he should. And Countess Ellen speaks up and she says, yes, Sir Philip, I'm afraid it is true. Your mother has married Brangor Kiner, and there is some discrepancy as to how willing she was with the arrangement, but I fear that she had no choice in the matter at that time.
Well then, I must be off.
Do you just like stand up and leave right now?
I'm gonna go talk to my friends, but yeah.
All right. So
well, I asked one more thing. Are they still at Dinton? Is my mother still at Dinton?
Yes, of course.
Well then, I will leave today.
King Nantaleod sort of like he just sort of laughs and waves his hand, and you're free to get up and go if you so desire.
I do.
All right.
I go find my friends, tell them what has transpired, and that I am going to go free my mother from whatever bastard is holding her.
Yeah.
I would love their help, but if you have other matters to attend to, I understand.
You're saying this to us?
Yes. You are my friends.
I wasn't
my
sure.
only friends left.
He's like, I wasn't sure.
Thanks, JP.
I await the answer of the other two first.
I would like to hear of news from Edmundston before I traverse, but I would definitely help you in your adventure, Philip. You know I'm on your side.
I mean, you guys. Sorry,
Go ahead,
Quinn,
Steven.
please.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Thea, you can inquire about our manor and Berwick St. James, and I'd gladly go with Sir Philip.
Now, Quinn, you had a pair of twin daughters. Is that true?
This may or may not have happened. We're now 15.
Yeah, pretty much.
How many bastard children have you guys had?
So I'm hoping they
died?
totally took care of things.
So, yeah, Thea goes off into the crowd and speaks with a couple of people, and she returns and she says that your daughters have been running Berwick St. James in your absence, helped by some of your old household staff. Apparently, they've been raised on a regular diet of tales of their father's glory, and how he was just like a hair's breadth away from marrying the daughter of Earl Roderick. And then he disappeared for no apparent reason at all, and left her to mourn and get married to a man she didn't love in his stead. And they would be delighted to have you return.
Okay.
So Thea's still there. I turn to Thea and ask if she can inquire about my homestead while I tend to helping Philip with his current issues. And then I give her a horse and stare at Quinn as I do.
Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
you're wanting to like send her to Broughton and see how,
or have her talk to people here. What?
Okay. Yeah,
But
she can like try.
I don't
and
want
try
to
and
do it
go gather
myself. I don't want
information.
to cause like a bunch of hoopla around me.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, like
I do the same, but I give her £3 to take with her.
Whoa!
Um,
Holy shit!
I also have like a
shit.
really high homestead, or well, in comparison, I think to the rest of the crew is like, how does that work? Or stewardship?
So that's when you're actually like maintaining your household. The end of year roles rely on your stewardship quite highly.
Okay.
So it lets you make sure that your fields are producing better. You weather the effects of poor
I
weather.
didn't know if it works
more
in like
easily.
situations like this where shit's going down.
We could say let you roll and see how that might affect things if you'd like to.
Sure. Watch, I roll
ahead.
terribly. That would be epic. All right.
Natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, cool.
I have a 10, so.
Oh, you have a 10. Wow, all right.
That's what I was hoping that I would have.
So Thea comes back to you and she says that everybody remembers you well, and they all remember you as a unique woman, especially since you took to the knightly lifestyle rather than the lady lifestyle. That the caretakers of your manor remember you very fondly, but critically, there's been a man who moved into your manor just sort of, of his own accord, almost. He claims that he's keeping it in the case of your eventual return, but he's been there for like 7 or 8 years now, and people are starting to think maybe he's just sort of squatting. His name is Sir Escarent. So there's that. And Sir Emrys, as you send Thea off to investigate information about your manor, King Nantaleod sort of sidles up over next to you, and he says, "Now, young Sir Knight, if I am not mistaken, and I rarely am when it comes to faces and deeds of valor."
As you say that, I lower my visor and cover my face completely.
You're wearing your helmet at the table? Are you just like pouring wine through the...
I just splash it on the face and hope that I get a couple drops.
He says, "If I'm not much mistaken, and I rarely am, you are Emrys Cornwall's Bane, are you not?"
Who's with me at the table, or where are we standing, or what was this?
No, you're eating at King Robert's table. You're at the head table in the hall at Sarum, and King Nantaleod is there, and Countess Ellen and Earl Robert, and your companions as well as a number of other minor courtiers.
I turn to him and say, like, I am.
He pauses and thinks for a moment, and like you can see two very rosy spots on his cheeks. It's obvious he's in his cups, but he says, "Sir Emrys, I much dislike speaking of politics at the dinner table, but why don't we speak on the morrow of important circumstances concerning your return? I think there are a number of people who would be greatly interested in speaking with you, and I count myself among their number. So if I may steal a moment of your time on the morrow, perhaps entertain you for a lunch, that would delight me greatly."
I grab whatever goblet's in front of me with whatever mead is inside of it and drink the whole thing down and look him like sternly in the eyes and say, like, "We shall meet tomorrow."
He like slams his mug against the table, bam, and he says, "Good, it's done, it's done." And the young Robert actually sort of comes over to you slightly later, but before that happens, Thea comes back, and she says to you that concerning your manor of Broughton, it's been raided by Saxons recently. And they are sending all of their knights to fight alongside King Nantaleod, but they haven't had strong militaristic leadership at the manor since your disappearance, and everyone is very excited at the possibility of your return, assuming that you really are who you say you are. Your renown for wounding the Duke of Cornwall so many years ago has only grown with the telling, and now many people remember you as the knight who struck the killing blow. Indeed, many of them even say that you called out the Duke in single combat.
I just smirk
are lying.
a little bit. I just give like a smirk. And I tell Thea, "Thank you for doing that. The horse is yours."
She nods and curtsies and heads back off into the hall. Earl Robert, soon to be Earl Robert, slides over next to you and he says, "Sir Emrys, you knew my father and you served him well, did you not?"
I just nod. I don't audibly say anything.
He nods to himself in response. He says, "Were you a loyal knight to my father, Sir Emrys?"
whatever food I'm shoveling into my mouth or whatever drink I'm drinking at the moment, I put it all down and look him directly in the eyes and just say, yes, of course.
He says, Sir Emrys, in these trying times when brother fights against brother and king fights against king, when this mysterious sword rests in the stone, taunting all of England with the promise of a high king, and yet for over a decade this promise has gone unfulfilled, it falls to men like us to protect the land and protect her people. It would do me a great honor if you would return as my vassal knight and serve fealty unto me. I could offer you ownership of another manor which is located close, nearly a day's journey from your own manor of Broughton. It is called Pitton, and it would bring you a nice annual salary of £6 per year. I think that it would be advantageous to us both to form this compact. For the love you bore my father, I beg of you, please consider this, and consider returning and becoming my own vassal in time.
I shall. I will have an answer for you soon.
Thank you. And, you know, that's the end of that conversation. Does anybody else want to, you know, accomplish anything at this evening feast?
No.
All right. So, why don't we take a break, because I think it's about time, and then we'll come back and find out, like, what's going on with, you know, where we're going next.
Cool. We'll do that. Are we going 3 or 4 tonight?
I think we're going 4. But I don't know. I thought we were starting at 7.
Well, you're just bad with math and time zones, but it's okay.
Yeah, seriously.
They're confusing sometimes. We'll figure out how long we're
when you
going
move to
tonight.
Canada.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll be back right after this quick 3-5 minute break. We'll see you then.